गुरुभ्यो नमः। ह्रीङ्कारासन गर्भितानलसिकां सौः क्लीं कलां बिभ्रतीं सौवर्णाम्बरधारिणीं वरसुधा धौतां त्रिनेत्रोज्ज्वलां वन्दे पुस्तकपाशमङ्कुशधरां स्रग्भूषितामुज्ज्वलां त्वां गौरीं त्रिपुरां परात्परकलां श्रीचक्रसञ्चारिणी ध्यानम् आरक्ताभां त्रिनेत्राम् अरुणिमवसनां रत्नताटङ्करम्यां हस्ताम्बोजैश्च पाशाङ्कुश मदनधनुस्सायकैर्विस्फुरन्तीम् आपीनोत्तुङ्गवक्षोरुह कलश लुठत्तारहारोज्ज्वलाङ्गीम् ध्यायेदम्बोरुहस्ताम् अरुणिमवसनाम् ईश्वरीम् ईश्वराणाम्। ॐ ऐं ह्रीं श्रीं ऐं क्लीं सौः। ॐ नमस्त्रिपुरसुन्दरी हृदयदेवी शिरोदेवी शिखादेवी कवचदेवी नेत्रदेवी अस्त्रदेवी कामेश्वरी भगमालिनी नित्यक्लिन्ने भेरुण्डे वह्निवासिनी महावज्रेश्वरी शिवधूति त्वरिते कुलसुन्दरे नित्ये नीलपताके विजये सर्वमङ्गले ज्वालामालिनी चित्रे महानित्ये परमेश्वर परमेश्वरी मित्रेशमयी षष्ठीशमयी उड्डीशमयी चर्यानाथमयी लोपामुद्रमयी अगस्त्यमयी कालतापणमयी धर्माचार्यमयी मुक्तकेशीश्वरमयी दीपकलानाथमयी विष्णुदेवमयी प्रभाकरदेवमयी तेजोदेवमयी मनोजदेवमयी कल्याणदेवमयी वासुदेवमयी रत्नदेवमयी श्रीरामानन्दमयी अणिमा सिद्धे लघिमा सिद्धे महिमा सिद्धे ईशित्व सिद्धे वशित्व सिद्धे प्राकाम्य सिद्धे भुक्ति सिद्धे इच्छा सिद्धे प्राप्ति सिद्धे सर्वकाम सिद्धे ब्राह्मी माहेश्वरी कौमारी वैष्णवी वाराही माहेन्द्री चामुण्डे महालक्ष्मी सर्वसंक्षोभिनी सर्वविद्राविणी सर्वाकर्षिणी सर्ववशङ्करी सर्वोन्मादिनी सर्वमहाङ्कुशे सर्वखेचरी सर्वबीजे सर्वयोने सर्वत्रिकण्डे त्रैलोक्यमोहनचक्रस्वामिनी प्रकटयोगिनी कामाकर्षिणी बुद्ध्याकर्षिणी अहङ्काराकर्षिणी शब्दाकर्षिणी स्पर्शाकर्षिणी रूपाकर्षिणी रसाकर्षिणी गन्धाकर्षिणी चित्ताकर्षिणी धैर्याकर्षिणी स्मृत्याकर्षिणी नामाकर्षिणी बीजाकर्षिणी आत्माकर्षिणी अमृताकर्षिणी शरीराकर्षिणी सर्वाशा परिपूरकचक्रस्वामिनी गुप्तयोगिनी अनङ्गकुसुमे अनङ्गमेखले अनङ्गमदने अनङ्गमदनातुरे अनङ्गरेखे अनङ्गवेगिनी अनङ्गाङ्कुशे अनङ्गमालिनी सर्वसंक्षोभणचक्रस्वामिनी गुप्तधरयोगिनी सर्वसंक्षोभिनी सर्वविद्राविनी सर्वाकर्षिणी सर्वाह्लादिनी सर्वसम्मोहिनी सर्वस्तंभिनी सर्वजृंभिनी सर्ववशंकरी सर्वरंजनी सर्वोन्मादिनी सर्वार्थसाधिके सर्वसंपत्तिपूरणी सर्वमंत्रमयी सर्वद्वंद्वक्षयंकरी सर्वसौभाग्यदायक चक्रस्वामिनी संप्रदाय योगिनी सर्वसिद्धिप्रदे सर्वसंपत्प्रदे सर्वप्रियंकरी सर्वमंगलकारिणी सर्वकामप्रदे सर्वदुःखविमोचनी सर्वमृत्युप्रशमनी सर्वविघ्ननिवारिणी सर्वांगसुंदरी सर्वसौभाग्यदायिनी सर्वार्थसाधनचक्रस्वामिनी कुलोत्तीर्णयोगिनी. Now you can repeat. सर्वज्ञे सर्वशक्ते सर्वैश्वर्यप्रदायिनी सर्वज्ञानमयी सर्वव्याधिविनाशिनी सर्वधारास्वरूपे सर्वपापहरे सर्वानंदमयी सर्वरक्षास्वरूपिणी सर्वेप्सितफलप्रदे सर्वरक्षाकर चक्रस्वामिनी निगर्भयोगिनी. The fourth Avarana was Brahma Vichara. Fifth Avarana was Guru Darshana. Now the sixth Avarana. Sixth Avarana is Guru Upadesha Shravana. Guru Upadesha Shravana is, it is only first hearing the Guru Upadesha. The next Avarana makes the sadhaka to work towards it and achieve the end. So it is only hearing the Upadesha. So this Avaranam is called Antardashara. There are two 10 triangle Avaranam. Fifth Avarana is Bahirdashara. Sixth Avarana is Antardashara. This also, all the triangles that they go in the anti-clock direction. All the triangles from the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th and the 8th. All these things go in the anti-clock direction. This Avaranam is called Sarvarakshakara Chakram. Sarvarakshakara Chakram. Yogini is Nigarbha Yogini. Nigarbha Yogini. Chakreswari is Tripuramalini Chakreswari. Siddhi is Prakamya Siddhi. Mudra is Sarvamahankusa Mudra Shakti. Sarvamahankusa Mudra Shakti. One of the main, you cannot call it one of the main, the most important of all the Mahavakyas is Tattvamasi. Tattvamasi. You are that. There's no difference between Brahman and you. You are not anybody else, you are the Brahman. Thou art that. You are that. Tattvamasi. So this is the Upadesam the Guru gives it to the Sishya. This is now learning the theory. Practicality comes later. Just learning, no? When the teacher is teaching, you are learning what is being said, the theory you are learning. All the Mahavakyams, Shivoham, Brahmahamasmi, all those things, they mean only one thing, that is Jivan, Brahman are the same. Jiva, Brahma, Aikyam, Advaita, Siddhartha. First step is, before realizing that I am Shiva, Shivoham, or Aham Brahmasmi, I am the Brahman, you have to learn that the first step is, the Guru tells him, the travel for the sadhaka is, when he first hears the Tattvamasi from the Guru. From the Guru he learns, Tattvamasi, you are that, you are the Brahman. So he starts working towards that. And after now Shravanam, next Mananam and Nididhyasanam. After that he realizes, Aham Brahmasmi, I am nobody but Brahma. First he says, you are the Brahman, and the sadhaka realizes in the end, Aham Brahmasmi. This is the travel from Tattvamasi to Aham Brahmasmi. Now these three avaranas are very, very important. That way, hearing that term, Tattvamasi, that sadhaka travels up to Aham Brahmasmi. And this is the stage. So, but all these Mahavakyas, they tell you only one thing. It is the union. What is the connection between the individual soul and the universal soul? Paramatma and the Jivatma. What is the connection between the Jivatma and Paramatma? They are one and the same. All the Mahavakyams, Vedam, whatever is said in the Vedam, the Mahavakyams are the extracts of the Veda. It is given in one sentence. And what they say is, you are not different from the Brahman. Everyone is the same. Imparting this theory, I should call it as a theory, because this is something, the realization comes as Aham Brahmasmi much later. First he is hearing that theory from the Guru. Guru Shravanam. Interestingly, this Avaranam is called Sarvarakshakara Chakram. What is the Raksha? Raksha means protection. All kinds of protection. Sarvarakshakara, all kinds of protections it gives. What is the protection? That is the connection between the Mahavakyam, Tattvamasi, and the name of the Avarana. Upanishad says, why fear when there is only one? If you are alone, only when there are two more people, when there are two, you are afraid of something else. Why fear? There is only one. That is what Tattvamasi. When the Guru says, that is the protection. So the fearlessness becomes part of the sadhaka. He is not afraid of anything. Because this Mahavakyam conveys that message to him. This Mahavakyam conveys, there is no fear if there is only one. You are not different, you are that Brahman and you are alone, everything is Brahman. What is the fear for you? So that Mahavakyam itself is the protection. That gives a kind of feeling, the protective feeling in the mind of the sadhaka. That is why this Avaranam is called Sarvarakshakara Chakram. This gives the protection. The sadhaka develops a fearlessness. Because he feels then everything is Brahman, what is there to be afraid of? There is no fear. The fearlessness he develops in this Avaranam. So, if we say like sadhaka, hearing the Mahavakyam is what this Avarana represents, even conveying the Mahavakyam also, this Avarana. It is two ways about. Only when it is conveyed, he receives. Shravanam comes only when someone says. So, the philosophy of this Avaranam is the Mahavakyam being told by the Guru and being heard by the Sishya, Sadhaka. That is what this Yogini Hridayam goes on to explain this. Swaswarupavesha Rupake Sarvarakshakara Chakre. Swaswarupavesha. Avesha means entering. Swaswarupa, this is self. Individual Atma, Jivatma, realizing your Atma. You are entering into the realization. You have not realized it. You are in the first step, in the threshold of the realization. You are just going to enter. Swaswarupavesha Rupake. It denotes like, you are entering into a different world now. From a normal world, you are entering into a different world where you are going to realize that this self, the Swaswarupam, is nothing but the Brahman. Swaswarupam is not different from the Brahman. Abheda Rupam. Swaswarupam is not different from the Brahman. You are entering that world where you realize that everything is the Brahman. You are just entering. You are at the threshold. Avesha means intent to enter. Entering into it. Swaswarupasya sadhakasya atma. Swaswarupam is sadhakan atma. Atma of the sadhakan is swaswarupam. What is his swarupam? Is sadhakan atma. Avesha swaswarupavesha. Swaswarupavesha means you are entering into that atma. Self-realization comes only when you identify your atma, no? So first identification of your atma comes. Then Parashiva ahamiti matihi. You realize that this atma you are seeing within you is not different from Parashiva. It's Parabrahman. Parabrahmatanuடைய rupam. There's no difference between this atma that is what you are seeing within yourself and the Parabrahman. Avesho hi loke Brahma Rakshasahamiti vat Parahamta Prata Tatrupake Tan Nirupake. You realize once that this soul and the Parashivam is the same. When you are able to identify that there is some connection between that, then there is no difference between the Brahma Rakshasas, Rakshasas or the wild animals, everything. You feel that the Brahman is in its all these forms, and all these forms are nothing but Tannirup. Okay, they are all the form of the Brahman. Brahman is only many, whether it is Rakshasas or Manushas or everything, all varieties. Brahman is one. All varieties are Brahman. These two are the same statement. It's told in active and passive voice. Same meaning is the same. You understand that Avesho hi loke. Once you enter that in this Swarupam is identified with the Parabrahma Swarupam, then you feel all the lokam of the Brahma Rakshasas and everything, they are all only the form of that Parabrahma. The Parabrahma comes in different forms, all are of the form of Parabrahma. Tat Rupake, Tan Nirupake. They are all the form of the Brahma. That is Yogini Hridayam. Raksha nama sarvasmat Veda prapancha lakshanat paripantino raksha Parashiva Bheda Priti Rupa. Pratiti Rupa, not Prititi, Pratiti Rupa. Raksha Nama Sarvasma. So this Bhedam, Abhedam, it becomes like, whatever you are finding as difference is disappearing now. Bheda Lakshana, Bheda Prapancha Lakshanat Paripantino means enemy to that contradictory to that belief that everything is different, that there are differences in being and differences in the world that we live in, the world the celestials live in, the world the Rakshasa live in, all these worlds we feel the difference, but this thought is the enemy to give you that difference, because this feels like, once you feel that everything is the same, this perception that everything is different disappears. Nothing is different. The celestials and this Bhulokam and the Rakshasa Lokam or Narakam, whatever you call it, all these things, there is that Bhedam starts disappearing. That is what is the protection. When the Bhedam disappears, you feel protected. You develop that fearlessness. When everything looks the same, you develop that protect. You feel that fearlessness you feel in your heart. Only when there is difference, you find the difference between the two objects. When we look at the Rakshasa, we just depict them in such Ghora Rupa. Celestials, we dainty figure. And Manushya in between. We have both the celestial qualities as well as the Rakshasa qualities. No? We are in between. We are worshipping one, looking up to one, and we are scared of another. The other side, when you look at it, Rakshasas, you look at them, we are scared of them. And we stand somewhere midway. Now, when you feel that there is no difference, all are the same. We carry all the things in our mind. We are dainty figures so many times. We are Rakshasas many more times within us. We don't need to find outside. No? When they become, the differences diminish, the fear goes. The fear goes when there is no difference in all the three aspects. That is what they say. This can be guided only by the Guru. That is why the duality is what we call it as duality, is Dvandvam, disappears only not with the Upadesam of Guru. Guru Upadesam is one thing, Guru taking you up there is another thing. The faith that we have in that Guru, that take you up there. So this is the Upadesam that protects the sadhaka, because till such time he is chasing the wild goose kind of a thing. We don't know where we are going. Where life takes us, we keep running around. It is like a pivot that holds on to you to one thing. Guru Upadesam is one thing that holds on to you in one place and makes you look at in the direction where you are going to get release, liberation, where you get that moksha. He directs you towards that. He makes you stand towards that. Climbing us up is only our problem. He can only show the direction. Climbing up is our issue. So you have to climb. You have to work towards it. You have to climb. But he then going when we don't know where we have to go, and we are going everywhere. When someone is showing you the direction and guiding you and see this is the way you have to go, that is the biggest help that you want. No? That is what is the Shravana. Listening to him is more important. Guru keeps Upadesam doing a lot of Upadesam. Even our Gurunathas keep saying some things. But how many of us here? No? We have to take it. That is where the blessing comes. That is where our own karmas come. Like you catch the right statement and you hold on to that. And you see the guide that it takes you further. That is our blessing. That is our karma. That takes us forward. They keep telling so many things. There is no dearth of gurus in our India. In our Bharata Desha, there are plenty of gurus there. There is no shishyas. That is the problem. We have a lot of gurus, no sishyas. Everybody wants to be a guru. Okay. So the Upadesam protects the sadhaka. Guru Upadesham, when he says like, this is the clear-cut way of doing it. This is like, you are not different. Don't think that you are that Rakshasa is different from you, or the Indra is different from you. You are like, in our life cycle, when we see it, after travel this long, when you look back and see, we have crossed every stages of life. We know, others don't need to tell us. We know when we were Rakshasa, when we were Indra, when we were like, we know, we have crossed everything. We understand, slowly we understand that. When we look back, we understand there were times we don't know how many people we must have hurt them. Like, we don't need to go for Rakshasas here. No Ravanas needed here. We are ourselves Ravanas here. Like that, like how we are able to, how everything happened in only one person. It is not, there is no difference. It happened in our lives. The example is not outside, in us. We don't need to go and search for the example. He was like, no, he was not like, I was like this. I was at times a good person. I was at times like this mediocre. I was at times like a Rakshasa. I was somebody else. The same one being different. This is like, when we understand that, then there is no fear. Okay, this is only us. This is us. So it is not elsewhere, it is here. There's a beautiful anecdote I read for a few days before. Like, it is Mahaperiyavas, the Shankaracharyas, Paramacharya, his words. When the marriageable age comes, the father says, like, one of the boys related to them tells the daughter, like, get married to him. He says, no, I want to get married to the best of the person. She goes in search. She feels the king is the best. He's supposed to be the most powerful in the country. So he says, I want to marry the king. So she was observing wherever the king was going, she was following him. And then she goes like, when a sannyasi comes, king who was like, riding the horse or riding a palanquin or something, he gets down from that and bows in front of the sannyasi. Then she feels like, the sannyasi is bigger than Guru, bigger than the king. Let me marry him. And she goes after the sannyasi. The sannyasi goes and worships that Ganpati statue under that tree, people tree. There. He goes and she says, this Vinayakar is supposed to be bigger than the sannyasi. So I will stay with him only, Vinayakar. The dog comes there and he does its job on Vinayaka Murti. Even the dog is bigger than Vinayaka, so I will go with the dog. Then a boy comes and throws a stone at the dog. That boy is bigger. By the time she decides that the boy is bigger, another boy comes and slaps him. Why you are throwing a stone at that animal? When she looked at it, it is nobody else but than the one he was selected by her father. It says, like that, Bhagavan, we feel that he is somewhere, he is there, he is there. But ultimately we say, Tat is not somewhere, Tvam, it is here. It is here within you. Why you are going in search of everything? It's a beautiful one, like you go in search of it everywhere else other than yourself. Because the Yogini here is called Nigarbha Yogini. How beautifully these things are framed. Sometimes I wonder, like, who must have thought about all these things? Nigarbha Yogini. Garbha. Nigarbha. Nigarbha means highly secretive. Highly secretive. It is like, there are 5 kosams. I have talked about the 5 sheets that are covering the soul. Annamaya, Manomaya, Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya Kosham. Within that Anandamaya Kosham is a cave that is present, within which that soul is there. The soul is present within these 5 kosams, the sheets that are covering the soul. So you are in search of your soul, which is placed within the 5 kosams, well within the Anandamaya kosham, which is a cave, it is in a highly secretive place. Nigarbha, Garbha Graham. You go to the temple, you go to the innermost part of the temple where the deity is placed. It is called Garbha Graham, because Garbha means concealed place. Concealed. So the soul is concealed within you. Nigarbha. That is the reason the yoginis are called Nigarbha Yogini. Nidharam Garbham Ati Rahasya Sthale Stitva Nigarbha. Ati Rahasya Sthalam. What is within you is the Ati Rahasya Sthalam, where it is, that is why it is called Nigarbha. It's highly secretive place. It is this soul is not only covered by the Panchakosham, but it is also covered by Ajnanam, ignorance, Maya. That is the reason we are not able to realize the Brahma. There's a beautiful verse from Bhagavad Gita, 7th chapter, Jnana Vijnana Yoga. Naham prakashah sarpasya yoga maya samavratah modoyam na vijhanati loke mam ajam avyayam. Naham prakashah sarpasya yoga maya samavratah. The one, I am completely covered by concealed by the yoga maya, surrounded by completely covered by the yoga maya. You cannot perceive it. Naham prakashah sarvasya yoga maya samavratah. I am completely covered by, so it cannot, mudoyam na vijhanati loko. The foolish people in this world cannot perceive me so easily because I am always covered by the yoga maya. Yoga maya, divine maya is developed by the Brahma. Maya emerged from the Brahma. Maya emerged from Krishna. Krishna is surrounded by that maya. It didn't come somewhere else. He was the cause of that maya. He doesn't want everyone to see him. Modoyam na vijhanati loko mam ajam avyayam. Ajam means I am not born. Avyayam means I am not going to get destroyed. I am eternal. It is very simple. I am eternal, but Mudoyam na vijhanati loke. This world is so foolish because they cannot see me because I am completely covered by yoga maya. Chidbhavananda, when he wrote this commentary for this two beautiful ones, one by Chidbhavananda and Ramakrishna Paramahansa. Chidbhavananda says, a cloud formation happens because of the sunlight. Sunlight vaporizes the water and they all form as clouds. The reason is when the clouds need to be formed, sun has to be there, sun rays have to be there. But the same cloud covers the sun, hides the sun for some time. You are able to see that sun being hidden by the cloud because of the sunlight only. If in the absence of sunlight, if it is completely covered, imagine when the clouds have the ability to cover the sun completely, then everything will become dark. It's not able to cover completely. We are able to see this cloud because of this light that doesn't come from anywhere else but the sun itself. That's beautiful. Like, how can you think about all these things this way? No? The clouds cannot completely conceal the sun. The Maya cannot completely conceal the Brahman It is because of the Brahman you realize that the Maya is present there. Beautiful it is. Ramakrishna, when he wrote the Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, when he wrote that little additive in the Satchidananda commentary, he wrote like, why we call great saints as Hamsa, Paramahamsa, Hamsa, Paramahamsa. Why we call them by that name? He says, Hamsa is the only bird which can separate water from milk. Or milk from water. Milk and water it separates, consumes only milk and leaves the water out. Can any other bird do it? No. So, yogi is called a Paramahamsa because he is able to perceive the Brahman beyond the Maya, leave out the Maya and look at the Brahman. எப்படி இந்த தண்ணியை விட்டுட்டு வெறும் பாலை மட்டும் எடுத்துக்கிறதோ அது மாதிரி மாயை விட்டுட்டு பிரம்மத்தை மட்டும் எடுத்துக்கிறான் யோகி. Yogis take the Brahman, leave the water. Leave the Maya. That is why they are called Paramahamsa. So the Maya is something that is covering the Brahman, that is covering the soul, and the soul is placed within that. It is in a highly secretive place. You cannot reach it so easily. That is the reason it is called Nigarbha Yogini. There is also one more saying in this, at this juncture I wanted to mention. Sadhaka who reaches this, who gets the blessing of hearing the Mahavakyam from the Guru, Upadesham from the Guru, there is no Garbhavasam for him again. He is not born again. There is no Garbhavasam. So from this onwards, the sadhaka who reaches the 6th Avarana stage is not born again. He realizes the Brahman with the blessings of his Guru. So he is not born again. So Nigarbha is also, because when we do the Navavarnam, Punargarbharandram na pashyanti dhira, we say. Punargarbharandram na pashyanti. Who is called a dhira, valor, is considered like, the one who realizes it does not reach the garbham again. Punar means again. Garbharandram means again going into the womb. Na pashyanti means he doesn't go into that. Dhira, he calls, is highly valued. Brave. It is not simply brave. You can win so many battles, but winning this battle is the worst of all battles. If you win this battle, then you are considered a dhira. No? Like that, Maya, it is Nigarbha, means it is well within, in a very, very concealed place. So this is like highly secretive, because from then on, next Avarana, we come on to Rahasya Yogini, Atirahasya Yogini, Parapara Rahasya Yogini. Then it becomes completely concealed. So Nigarbha means concealed place within you. There is nowhere else. Within you. Tripuramalini Chakreswari. She is called Tripuramalini. Jnana Jnatru Jnaya. Jnana means knowledge. Jnatru means the one who seeks the knowledge. Jnaya means that is to be known by that knowledge. Jnana Jnatru Jnaya. She nourishes this, she nurtures this triad. Jnanam, it is important for the sadhaka to get that jnanam to move forward, move ahead in his life, move ahead in his journey. So she nourishes this, so he gets the jnana. Okay? Matrumana prameyanam puranam pariposhini. Pariposhini means she nurtures that. Tripuramalini khyata chakreshi sarvamohini. Still Maya is not gone, that is why she is called Sarvamohini. She, she nourishes, she gives you the knowledge, but at some point of a time you get back, to your old self. Starts doubting yourself, because you have just heard only it is only Shravanam that has happened, you have not dwelt in the Upadesham, and you have not found out the answer. So you have just heard, so doubts also comes. Sarvamohini. They use the word Sarvamohini because of that. Tripuramalini khyata chakreshi Sarvamohini. She gives the knowledge also. The foundation of this triad is nothing but this Atma is the foundation of the triad. Atma is the one that is going to reach. Atma is the one that has to gain the knowledge how to escape. Atma, which is embedded in you, can escape only it identifies itself with the Paramatma. So it needs that knowledge. So when Atma is not there, this triad is become inconsequent. There's no use of this triad, no? Nowhere, when the Atma escapes from this becomes a body. It cannot think about the jnanam or how to reach it. And this. So this Atma needs to realize itself that it is the Parabrahma, means the base of this triad becomes Atma. Atma becomes the base foundation of this triad. Prakamya Siddhi. The Siddhi which destroys the impure ignorance and bestows the pure knowledge is called Prakamya Siddhi. The Siddhi which destroys the impure ignorance. Ignorance, Ajnanam, is called impure. So giving the pure knowledge, she destroys the impurity and gives the pure knowledge to the sadhaka. That is the reason she is called Prakamya Siddhi. Vidya Shakti Visuddhim cha Siddhim Prakamya Sanyitam. It's called Prakamya because she bestows pure knowledge. She not only bestows pure knowledge, destroys the impure Ajnana, ignorance. Prakashyana Kamyam Prakamyam. Prakamya abdina, fulfillment of all desires. All desires, whatever desires in the material world, what we want, she is supposed to fulfill that. And the only popular desire everyone should have or can have is the moksham or the liberation that she bestows. That is the reason she is called a Prakamya Siddhi. Jnana Deva tu Kaivalyam. The only moksham is only jnanam. She gives that jnanam. Kaivalyam is nothing but jnanam, the realization that Brahman and this individual soul, they are the same. That jnanam she gives, that is why, that is the desire that we all seek for this eternal bliss. When the desire she gets, it gets fulfilled by Prakamya Siddhi. Sarvamahankusa Mudra Shakti. The Mudra Shakti here is called Sarvamahankusa. You know, when the Ankusham is used for an elephant, only when it gets distracted. It doesn't do the, if you need to take the log and walk in one direction, if it doesn't do the, he will come and poke with the Ankusham to make it concentrate. So, Mahankusham means unperplexed, undisturbed, absorbed mind. Whatever adjective you can use it for being focused on something. Focused, undisturbed, unperplexed, all the adjectives you can use it. Unperplexed, absorbed mind is called Mahankusham. So you don't get distracted by anything. Somebody is coming and poking you. So you concentrate, you focus on your objective. Your only objective is to seek liberation, and you have to be focused on that. So the Avarana Devatas, they denote the result of Guru Upadesha. They denote the results of, what is the result? The 10 Devatas denote the results of Guru Upadesha. Sarvanya, the first one is Sarvanya. We know that Maya is still covering the soul. The Sarvanya Devi gives the requisite knowledge to be freed from the Maya. To see the soul beyond Maya. The Maya is covering the soul. This Sarvanya Devi, the first Devata, Sarvanya Devi gives the sadhaka the requisite knowledge to see, to be freed from the Maya and see the soul beyond that. Sarvashakti. Shakti means energy. Here, this Devi gives the energy to the sadhaka for transforming from a normal sadhaka to yogi. How he gets transformed is mentioned in Bhavana-upanishad, which I will tell you later in this session. So Sarvashakti, she gives that kind of energy to realize that knowledge and transform that sadhaka into a yogi. Sarvaishvaryapradayini. Aishwarya here is only knowledge. All kinds of knowledge she gives, not in only one. He needs all kinds of knowledge to reach that goal. The next Devi is Sarvanandamayi. This is very important. The first Devi gives the knowledge. This Devi makes sure that that knowledge stays with him. The knowledge given by the previous Devi stays with him. Sarvajnanamayi. Then when it stays with him, he becomes the knowledge himself. Embodiment of knowledge. Sarvavyadhivinasini. Vyadhi means there is no vyadhi other worse than chinta, kavale. Sorrows, no? Chinta can burn the body live, when Chitta can burn only the dead body. So Chinta, sorrows, annihilation of all sorrows. Sarvavyadhivinasini. And another aspect, worldly aspect, they say, when you are focusing on something else, your body, you neglect it. So you have some health issues. That she takes care of. Because you are not protecting your body, she takes care of all the health issues that arise due to your neglect. Very important, underlined. Because your focus is on something else, you neglect your body, you neglect your health, and she takes care of that health. Sarvavyadhivinasini. Sarvadharasvarupi. Adhara. Your Atma is the foundation of the entire cosmos. When you identify yourself with the cosmos, everything present in the cosmos, Brahmatoda identify. Brahman is the Prapancham. Brahman is Prapancham. You feel like you realize that this Atma is nothing but Prapancham, then you feel this Atma is also if Atma is Brahman, then Atma is also Prapancham. Puriyya. Now, we saw visualizing everything coming out of this. Brahman the entire cosmos emerges from the Brahman. Entire cosmos with all its varieties and names and forms emerge from Brahman. That is one single one. When you identify your Atma with the Brahman, then you feel that everything emerges from you. The Atma you see is the expansion of your own. The Prapancham you see is the expansion of your Atma. It is nothing but the expansion of your Atma. When you identify your Atma with the Brahman, you feel everything present in this Prapancham is nothing but the expansion of your own self. We see the world the way we want it, no? The world through our eyes. That is why each one's world is so different. We call it our world. Whatever we see, whatever we perceive, whatever we understand. No? We see it through our eyes and we create our own world. But there is nothing wrong in creating our own world. But you also have to respect that the other people also see it in different ways. And they have their own perception of that world also. And start identifying each one to, first respecting it and then identifying it with one another makes the world look one. And you feel that it is not different from yours. Not much. Okay? So, Sarvadharasvarupi, Sarvapapahari. Sarvapapahari means here we are talking about even the traces of karmic actions. That is the reason I told you that there is no rebirth after you reach this stage of this Avarana. Because this Devi completely destroys all the traces of karmic actions. That's still lepanam that doesn't leave your karma deham so easily. The karma, the traces of karma is still present. So this Sarvapapahara Devi completely clears that traces of karmic actions. So you don't have any more births. Sarvapapahari. When the karma's actions all go away, the next what is remaining is Sarvanandamayi, Sarva Anandam. It is only blissful state. When basically the mind gets completely purified, like sheds of all the traces of karma, then what it has is only bliss. Because bliss never disappears. We are not able to identify the bliss. It is always present. We are so much overwhelmed by our own problems, we don't identify what is present just beneath all those things. No? It is the up, so many problems are there. Poor thing getting suppressed by all problems. But it is present in everyone. It is our problem, we have not identified that. We don't identify it because we give so much importance to what is above that. When everything is clear, when the mind gets completely free, you start understanding that this bliss has always been present and was all the time neglected, which I am the cause for neglecting it, nobody else. And now I have found out, so Sarvanandamayi, she gives that experience of bliss, blissful state. Sarvarakshakara. Raksha means, I told you that all the duality is disappearing. When you are able to identify with the Brahman, there is only one present. There is no fear when only one is there. So that is the Raksha, that is the protection this Devi gives, this Yogini gives. And she also protects the sadhaka from falling down from there. She keeps him there. That is very, very important thing. not letting the sadhaka fall down, because we all have the habit of going up and falling down from there. Once you reach this level, you don't go back to lower levels. You stay there or you progress. That is the thing. Sarvepsitaphalaprada. The only fruit everybody wants is only liberation. She bestows that. More importantly, she approves the sadhaka to go ahead in his journey to the next Avarana. She is the one who approves him to go to the next Avarana. Bhavanopanishad. Etat vayu dashak samsargo bhadi bhedena rechaka pachaka shobhako dahaka plavaka iti prana mukhyatvena panchata jadharagni bhavati. I will just read the Bhavanopanishad and I will explain to you. Ksharaka, uddharaka, kshobhako, jrumbako, mohako iti Naghamukhena panchavidaste manusyanam dehaga vakshya, bhojya, shoshya, lehya, peyatmaka panchavidamannam pachayanti. Eda dashabhaknikala sarvanyadhya antardasharakha devataha. We talked about 10 pranas last session. The 10 pranas, the 5 primary pranas and 5 secondary pranas. The primary pranas, they turn into 5 different. Jatharagni is the digestive fire that is present in everyone. 5 different fires to digest our food. Jatharagni, they have 5 different fires it generates. The 5 pranas, prana mukhyatvena, etad vayu dashaka. The 10 vayu dashaka samsarko bhadi bhedena rechaka, pachaka, choshako, dahaka, plavaka iti prana mukhyatvena panchata jadharagni bhavati. They just, that 5 pranas gives rise to 5 agnis. 5 agnis. Rechaka, purging. Pachaka, actual digestion process is called pachaka. Soshako. Soshako is absorbment of water contents into the body. This one agni does one work. The 5 pranas transform themselves into 5 digestive fires. 5 parts of the Jadharagni, which is the main digestive fire, 5 parts of that. It has got 5 work. This 5 pranas takes care of one work. Jadharagni has got, take it as simple as that. Jadharagni has got 5 works to do. And these 5 pranas do each one of that work. Rechaka means purging. Pachaka means actual digestion. Shobhago means absorption of water contents from the body into the body. Dahaka means metabolic action, absorption of the good things, metabolism. Plavaka means it can be called as the fire log of the digestive fire. It is the main in this thing that initiates that process. So this is about the prana, the 5 primary pranas, the 5 secondary pranas. Charaka, uddharaka, chobhago, jrumbhago, mohako, iti naga mukhyatvena panchavidaste manushyanam dehaga. These 5 agnis that are created by the 5 secondary pranas. Last time we saw 5 prana, apana, 5 main pranas. Then Naga, Kurma, Krukara, Dhananjaya, Devadatta. These 5 are the secondary pranas. Naga Mukhyatvena Panchavida prana. They become Charaka, Uddharaka, Chobako, Jrumbako, Mohaka. This 5 action that they do it, Charaka means bile secretion. They are important of bile secretion. Uddharaka means expelling gas generated during the process of digestion. Chobako means churning of food. Jrumbako means expansion of stomach, that bloated feeling that you get so many times. So expansion of stomach to, stomach has got the capacity to, it has to expand as much as we take, the quantity that we take. So the expansion of the stomach, Jrumbako. Mohako means assimilation, post-digestion of the body. And they say what are all the things that, there are 5 types of annam we take. How clearly is it? Bhakshaya, Bhojya, Soshaya, Lehya, Peyatmaka. 5 types of annam. Some things we gulp. Even if it is semi-solid, we gulp the food. Bhojya, we just chew and eat. Soshya means bite with your teeth and eat. Soshya, the nuts, cracking the nuts, you bite it and eat. Lehya means lick and eat, Lehya. Peyatmaka means drink. So this kind of 5 types of annam, because it's always the bhogam, when we even when bhog chadanika, we call it as when we offer prasadams to the deities, we have to have these 5 types. What can be gulped straight away, without chewing? What should be chewed? What should be licked? What should be taken as a drink? What should be, with the nuts you have to make something for them to grab. Because I remember one, in the Sundarakandam, beautiful, when Anjaneyar goes on in search of Sita in Ravana's palace first. And he sees the leftover food there, spread everywhere in the plates. The poet was so good explaining, not poet, Valmiki. Valmiki has explained, and Kambar has later followed the same thing. He must have mentioned each one of them with a category, this is kept here for this. So if one has to have a complete meal, they should have all the 5 aspects of meals. That is the complete meal. Bhogam Chadana. Bahanka, when you are doing the Naivedyam, they say when it is bhogam, complete meal that you are going to serve, then it should have all these 5 types of annam. So these digestive fires actually digest all these 5 types and they help in the digestion for that. Okay, that is why Charaka. I will read the entire thing one more time so now you can appreciate it much better. Edat vayu dashaka samsargobadi. Samsargobadi, ubadi means they get converted into this bhedena. The 5 types, bhedam, the 5 different types. Rechakaha, mochaka, shobako, dahakaha, plavakaha. Iti prana mukhyatvena panchadha jataradnihi bhavati. Now you understood? The 5 pranas get converted into these 5 fires, which helps in the process of digestion. Charakaha, Uddharakaha, Chobako, Jrumbako, Mohako, iti Naga Mukhyatvena Panchavidaste Manushyanam Dehaga Bhakshaya, Bhojya, Soshya, Lehya, Peyatmaka, Panchavidam Annam Pachayanti. 5 types of food it digests. Eta Dasha Vahnikalaha Sarvamyadhya Antardasharaka Devataha. These are all 10 Agni meant for digestion. Kalaha, the parts of Agni meant for digestion, which is denoted by the Sarvanyadhyadhyasya, from Sarvashakti, the 10 Shaktis mentioned represents this 10 Agni Kalas that is meant for digestion. They represent the Antardasha Kala Devata, Antardasharaka Devataha. Eta Dashabhahni Kala Sarvanyadya Antardashakala Devataha. Okay? Why digestion is given so much importance? We are now in the process of going upwards where the digestion comes. The purification of digestion is very, very important in the progress. In the journey that you take, the sadhaka takes further. When this kind of purification happens, he doesn't need food to sustain. He is able to absorb the energy of the cosmos and nourish himself, nurture himself. He doesn't need the physical food to keep himself nourished. So it is a very, very important process to purify your digestive system entirely. So here the sadhaka turns into a yogi. Sadhaka turning into a yogi is the process happens in this Avarana. That is mainly because a yogi is the one who imbibes the energy of the cosmos and survives in it. He doesn't need food to nourish himself. Right? That is what the 6th Avarana denotes, and we have furthermore few more things to get purified, which are Antakarana, Tanmatra, which are the subtlest things which will happen in the further Avaranas, and we'll continue next week. Gurubhyo Namaha.